Ladies and gentlemen, to around the point. Ladies and gentlemen, to around the point.
You are now watching Around the Point live on YouTube.com. Here's your host, Heel Steven.
It is that time, ladies and gentlemen. It's I versus the world, and I answer your questions now. These past week, I've had you all send me in questions, and I feel like it's now, again, time to do my job and answer what you sent me. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, I love this time of the month. And no, I'm not talking about that other stuff that you're wondering. So yeah, this is Q&A number 32, live on the YouTube channel. It is Saturday, September the 10th. Someone's fighting tonight. I do know that already. Someone that used to call himself the best in the world. In the words of this gentleman, it's clobbering time, or it's answering time, if you will. So yeah, I'm Heel Steven, and I'm joined here by it's a lady, a lovely lady, and Elena. Elena, how are you?
Hey, ready for the show.
How are you? How have you been?
I'm good. Excited for Punk tonight.
Of course you're excited for Mr. What's his name tonight? Mr. Brooks.
Phillip Brooks.
Mr. Brooks. Phil CM Punk Brooks. Now, you know what? I gotta be honest, all right? Tonight's a weird night because I feel like if he wins, people will shit on him. Because we were talking about this off the air. If he wins, people will shit on him. Oh, he fought a nobody. He beat up a bum that they brought in out of nowhere. Which is true. To be technical, it is true. You know what I mean? But if he loses, he lost to a nobody. He sucks. Oh my God, all that for nothing. You know what I mean? It's that giant contradiction almost, you know?
Well, I'll say this. Even though Punk is my favorite and I want him to win, of course, it will do wonders for Gall's career if he defeats such a huge name like CM Punk in his debut match in UFC. That would be crazy.
Exactly. The guy's like what, in his early 20s, I think it is.
Yeah,
now?
24.
He's 24 years old, and again, he's 2-0 right now. Currently, he's undefeated. Punk is fighting an undefeated guy, which we'll get into. I believe that's one of the questions that were sent in to me. So you guys know how this works, man. This past week, I've had you guys sending me in questions, and it's again my job now to answer these said questions. And I got a good amount of questions sent in. So thank you all to everyone who went out of their way to send me in your questions, and I'm gonna do my best to answer these questions. Okay, so Arlene, are you ready? Are you excited for this?
I'm ready. I'm so excited to get into this.
Okay. Let's get into this, guys. If you want to send in questions on Twitter, it's @HeelSteven. Use the hashtag AskHS, so like you see on the screen. So I know it's for the Q&A. So Elena, let's begin, shall we? Who's the first victim?
The first victim is Reme Lebu with 3 questions he's asking you. The first question is, buy or sell, okay Fabe or In the Ropes show, and why? So he's asking a very hard-hitting question.
Oh my God, the first hard-hitting question of the day. Okay. I love them both. They're both like my brothers, you know what I mean? In case you guys don't know, I hate being repetitive with this. I hate coming off like a broken record. I was with both gentlemen this past April in Dallas for WrestleMania 32. So we'll always have that moment no matter what. But again, I love them both. So it's like, I don't want to come off like, oh, you're saying one's better than the other. What's wrong with you, bro? No. By no means am I saying that. By no means. What I'm going to say, though, I'm going to go off consistency. So based off just that, keep this in mind. They're both incredible channels. They both have their own unique way of doing things. All right, I can respect that, but I'm gonna go off consistency. All right, but it doesn't mean that one's better than the other. No, by no means. But again, I'm just going off consistency so people can understand. I'm going off consistency. Do they get what I'm saying? Do they understand that? I hope. Elena?
I hope so.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna buy on OK Fabe and sell on In the Rope Show. I can just see coming now. Ooh, you're saying he's better than the other. No, I'm not saying that shit.
And why?
Again, it's hard for me to really pick, but I said off consistency.
Okay.
Consistency
That's your
alone.
final answer?
Pretty much.
Okay. Good answer. Number 2, Push, Barry, Fire, Macho Man Randy Savage, Ric Flair, and Nick Bockwinkel.
Push, Barry, or Fire. Okay, I'm gonna push Macho Man. Push the Macho Man, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna bury Ric Flair.
Yes.
And what was the other one?
Nick Bockwinkel.
No. What was the other category? Push, Barry.
Fire.
Fire, Nick Bockwinkel.
Mm-hmm. Okay, the next question is fuck, marry, kill. Naomi, Liv Morgan, and Nikki Bella.
Naomi, Liv Morgan, Nikki Bella. Hope a special someone's not watching this right now or listening to what I'm about to say here, but that's around the point. Fuck, marry, kill, right? Nikki Bella, Liv Morgan, and who was the other one?
Naomi.
Okay, I'd fuck Naomi. I'd kill Liv Morgan, and I'd marry Nikki Bella.
Okay.
What about you, Elena? If you were a guy, if you were a dude, if you had a penis, what would your answer be?
I would fuck Liv Morgan, marry Naomi, and kill Nikki Bella.
Ooh, John Cena, watch out.
I think Liv Morgan is hot as fuck, but that's just around the point.
Hey, that's my line. Just kidding. That's my line, damn it.
So the next question coming from Triple H Guy 2004, he's asking you, Gall or Punk? And thoughts on Vince Russo.
Okay, Punk or Gall? Okay, I guess the wrestling fan within me wants CM Punk to get a win here. Mm-hmm. Do I see him going in there knocking him out? It could be. Do I see it happen? Actually, no. I think he Punk wins by decision. Okay. The fighter within me, the MMA fan within me, wants to see him get his ass kicked. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But a part of me says Punk will win by decision. So there you go.
And his second question is thoughts on Vince Russo. Was he genius or only a few good years with WWE?
I think he was a genius and a few good years within WWE. What about you, Lena? What's your take on this? On Mr. Russo, bro? Bro, I gotta tell you, bro. What are your thoughts on me, bro?
Well, I respect what he did back in the 90s, but I don't respect how he is on Twitter and stuff like that now. I feel like, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, bro,
I'll just say that.
Well, bro, I'm telling you now, bro. I'm gonna tell you now, bro. Okay, you may not respect me, bro, but if you think I'm irrelevant, if you think I'm old news, then you gotta stop tweeting me on Twitter, bro. I'm telling you right now, bro. Back in the day, if you were right for Vince McMahon back in the day, bro, I'm telling you, I'm gonna stop. How does he do it? It's beyond me.
I know.
Fucking hell. Again,
all I'll say is this. I mean, in a way, he's smart to get a reaction out of people. Like, yes, people are still talking about him, which is what he wants to do. So in a way, he's just doing that just for a reaction out of people. But I will say he says some outlandish shit. That's why people are talking about him, because obviously he does have a platform. You know, he was a famous booker back in the day. So, you know,
not only that, but he has a podcast as well. He's on Podcast One, and he brings all. Excuse me. This Kickstarter will make you feel some kind. This black cherry, by the way, will make you feel some kind of way. All right. You know what? The guy has a following, no matter what. You're still gonna have that fan base from the '90s that will still remember Vince Russo, no matter what. As annoying as he may be, as smart as people may think he is, doesn't matter how many guys from WCW or from the independent that he'll bring in on the show. He still, he still has a place in pro wrestling. Say what you want about him, no matter what. Be that as it may.
Next question coming from Dory Hickey. If you could take any of your friends who are not a wrestling fan to any pay-per-view or live event from the past to show them how amazing wrestling is, what show would you choose?
I think it's an easy one, right? WrestleMania.
Well, I have to hear what you say.
It has to be WrestleMania. I say that because, let's be real about it. If you really want to show the power of pro wrestling, what it does to people, you take them to the biggest show of the year, or the biggest event for pro wrestling. WrestleMania is to see how many people from all over the world travel to one city for 5 days, all because of wrestling.
I think she was actually asking about like a specific show, like which show, because she mentioned from the past.
Again, WrestleMania. It can be WrestleMania 29, 32, 30. It doesn't matter which mania it is. Just to see the power of how many people from different parts of the world come over to one city for 4 or 5 days. And again, you get to see people that you would never think are pro wrestling fans. For example, that guy in that dude in a fucking business suit driving a Ferrari that came out of a business meeting. He's probably a wrestling fan. You don't know about that. Or
exactly
this hot ass chick that came out of Wells Fargo right now from a 9 to 4 shift, wearing high heels and a blazer, which I think is sexy, by the way, in my personal opinion. You never know she's a wrestling fan. It happens. Or the guy that showed the comic books, that's sitting there reading comics. Hey, we all come from all shapes and sizes.
They're more likely to be a wrestling fan than the two that you mentioned.
But what I'm referring to is that we all come from all shapes and sizes.
Of course. The next question comes from Spaz Phoenix. Will the Twin Towers, quote unquote, ever be in the Hall of Fame considering the 9/11 incident and how PC whipped WWE is?
I think Big Boss Man's in the Hall of Fame. He's already in the Hall of Fame. Akeem or One Man Gang. I mean, you can put it this way, right? Let's put it like this, right? If Coco Beware's in the WWE Hall of Fame, anybody can get in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Exactly.
If Drew Carey's in the Hall of Fame, anybody can be in the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
That's all I'm gonna say on that. I'll say that I think Slick will be in the Hall of Fame before Akeem or One Man Gang. To be fair, what do you think?
No, I agree with what you're saying. Like, if Carrie can be in, anybody can be in, honestly. And honestly, it's more about a favoritism of Vince McMahon. If Vince likes you, you'll be in the Hall of Fame. That's basically what it boils down to.
Of course. Absolutely.
Spaz's second question is SmackDown destroying Raw?
Yeah. Right now. Keep this in mind. It's only like a 2-hour show, which is easy to sit through than 3 hours of Raw.
Yes.
But then again, though, there's segments. I'll be real with you guys. There are things on SmackDown that I'm not big on. Perfect example, the women's division.
Yep.
I'm not a big fan of it.
Yep.
I'm reading the chat here. But Corbin, no matter who wins, pro wrestling loses. Do you think so, Lena?
No matter who wins, pro wrestling loses. How is that?
That's what I want to know. How does pro wrestling loses, by the way?
Elaborate.
Yeah, Corbin, if you can, please elaborate in the comment. What do you mean with that? Triple H guy 04, right? I think Punk wins. Russo watches wrestling for everything but the actual in-ring product. The Chase Allen, what's up, Steven? What's up, Chase? We'll get to your question in just a little bit as well. So, Elena, let's just carry on. Let's just move on with the flow here.
Okay. Spaz's final question is, would Ambrose and Reigns be a good, legit addition to the tag division on Raw or SmackDown?
Either one. I say Raw right now. But I think at the same time, though, if you're going to put them at a tag team, it's more to like break them up eventually for the heel turn of either one. You have to plant that seed there, and boom, and it happens.
Michael Corbin's question is, he's asking 3 questions. When do you think wrestling started to make work rate in ring action the highest priority instead of size, interesting, compelling characters, and storytelling?
Okay. I'm going to say my answer, then I want to hear yours if you can. For me, I think everyone, since the internet got big with independent wrestling, your Ring of Honors, your New Japans, your underground wrestling, just when that became the thing, and you realize these guys, they didn't have the shape or the size or what have you, right? And they just went out there and just went out for 35 minutes, what have you, of kicking out everyone's moving shit. That's when I think work rate became important.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he writes here, Steven, you just explained at the top of the show when discussing Punk and Gale fight. Golf. I mean, yeah, but the same. I don't think pro wrestling lose. Like, even if he wins, the fact that, let's put it this way. I'm gonna get back to this right now. The fact that there's a lot of people for a lot of years who have been shitting on pro wrestling, and vice versa, right? Especially, here's a guy in CM Punk who's from the wrestling world coming into another domain, another platform, and in a way, a lot of people who are watching are gonna watch him fight tonight who came out of the wrestling world. Do you get where I'm going with that, Elena? Like, do you kind of get where I'm going with that?
I get it. See, I have to disagree with Corbin. I feel like it's a good thing for the wrestling world, especially if Punk were to win.
Punk wins.
It might shut up people.
Dana gave him a cream puff for an opponent. The shit was rigged from the start. Punk loses. He never had a fight in his life. He's a fake, phony wrestler. I mean, that may be true as well. But even if he wins decisively, crazy thing about it too, Mickey Gall, he's not going out there to take a pinfall or to take a fall. He's not. You can just tell he's not.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. But let's continue with the Q&A here. People want to.
Yes. The second question is, during your younger days, what moment in wrestling made you angry, sad, or upset? For example, Hogan turning his back on the fans and forming the NWO, Rock joining the corporation. What moment like that really made you upset when you were younger?
Shit. I know for my brother it was Hogan turning his back, joining the NWO.
I have one too when you're done, Steven.
For me, and I know this part, here, keep this in mind though. Back in the day when all these stuff happened, when all these things happened, right? The Montreal Screwjob, Shawn Michaels losing his smile, Hogan joining the NWO and all that. I was a kid, so I really didn't follow all the storyline. I just went with the flow of things. You know what I mean? I thought it was real. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But to be fair with you, none of that. What really got me, like, oh my God, the car ran over Austin. The car ran over Austin, 1999.
Okay. Mine would be Austin's heel turn at WrestleMania 17.
Really?
Yeah, because it was like a big what the hell, you know?
I'll say this about that. I feel like that was the end of the Attitude Era. People ask what really ended the Attitude Era. That was it. You think about it. Those two guys were the two main characters of that era.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. You had the Nation of Domination. You had DX. You had Taker and Kane. But the main thing was Austin versus McMahon.
Yeah.
And when those two guys shook hands in the middle of the ring inside that stadium, it was the end. R.I.P. Attitude Era. Leave the memories alone.
Yeah. His final question to you is, does Kevin Nash get a bad rep for some wrestling fans today, or is the hatred of him completely justified?
I feel like you've asked that question before, Corbin. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like either you asked that on the TEAMHEEL podcast or in a previous Q&A. Honestly, I think he gets unnecessary hate. Granted, what he's done in WCW, making himself the booker and not putting over young talent, that's fine, but that was the past, you know what I mean? And be that as it may. I mean, think about it now. For a lot of young fans now, Kevin Nash is known as the guy that tore his quad. That's what he's known as.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think at times he gets unnecessary hate. What do you think?
I don't hate him as a person, or I don't even have any hate for him at all. So I don't really know why a lot of people hate him, to be honest with you.
There you go.
Because for me, I feel like hate is a strong word. You could dislike someone, but hate is really going the next level.
Exactly. Oh, excuse me.
All right, so our next set of questions are from Matthew Lopez. Number 1, will Zane versus Owens for the title headline at Survivor Series in Canada, or wait until WrestleMania?
Yeah, that's a reach.
I agree.
I mean, people, I get it. You guys want to see them #fight forever, whatever. And I know they said we're meant to do this forever too. But to be honest, at this point in juncture, WWE just beat it to death already. You know what I mean? But I think, could it be? I mean, listen, I say Survivor Series, have Owens win again. But I think honestly, with the way things are going right now, I don't see them going at it. To be honest, they're not gonna go at it anytime soon. If you ask me, what do you think, Elena?
I hope not. I mean, they've been wrestling for so long together with these feuds. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it to main event, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just me. I mean, obviously the matches that they put on are phenomenal. They're best friends in real life, so of course they're going to have great matches together. But I just feel like we've seen it already. So feel like maybe down the line I'd be fine with it, but not right now because it's still fresh. So
reading the commentary, if people think Gall is gonna just let Punk beat him, you can see that if you watch CM Punk's doc on FS1, you're out of your mind. Ha ha ha! By Triple H Guy 04. I mean, listen, it could happen. Who's to say? Hey, Uncle Dana or AKA Bald Bozo fuck, paid him extra cash on the bottom of the table. Hey, bro, I need you to just take this fall, man. All right, there you go. I don't know, could happen.
Now, his second question is, what would be a better match for Mania, Lesnar versus Joe or Nakamura?
I think Nakamura.
Same.
Just not even for the in-ring action, just based off the presentation alone. Here's a guy in Brock Lesnar who's a monster, right? He's a beast. And at the same time, we can say he doesn't give a fuck anymore about pro wrestling. He's in it for the money, right? And here's a guy in Shinsuke Nakamura who quite simply does not give a fuck. What I mean doesn't give a fuck, he doesn't give a fuck who he's facing. He's gonna fuck somebody up.
I agree. His final question.
And more than anything for the entrance. Just the entrance alone.
Yep, I agree.
What's his final question?
His final question is NXT in danger being all their stars are being drafted to Raw and SmackDown? This is a good question. I want your opinion on this.
I think, yeah. I mean, think about this too, though. It kind of felt that way ever since, 2015. You know what I mean? Where Owens left, Balor was still there, Zane left, Neville left. A lot of the main guys were leaving. Kevin Owens, Neville, Sasha, Charlotte, Becky. So in a way, NXT was like naked for a while. Granted, you still had Sami Zayn who was hurt. You had Finn Balor who was still there. You had American Alpha that was still growing, if you will. Asuka just debuted. But at the same time, yeah, listen, that's bound to happen. NXT is a developmental system that people consider the alternative to WWE, which every time I hear that, I chuckle. Believe me, I do. But nonetheless, that's what it's meant for. It's meant to build stars that a lot of you guys are going to like, especially these guys from the independents that were named on the indies. They go over to NXT, and guess what? They're going to get rated for Raw or SmackDown. It just happens. That's just the way it is. What do you think, Elena?
Yeah, I agree, 100%. I will say, though, I feel like NXT can hold their own now with Bobby Roode, Nakamura, Joe is still there. They can also build stars, too. A lot of the younger guys who are there, they could build off of, to get them bigger, But I think, to be honest, I think NXT is going to hold their own. They're fine. Nakamura is a huge star, so just having him there, let alone, is fine. And don't sleep on Austin Aries either, because he's also a star.
I know that, but, yeah.
But yes, I hear what you're saying with Balor. Balor is the face of NXT for so long, so I think now it's kind of just going to transition into Nakamura being the face of NXT for a long time. So I think they'll still be fine. I'm actually more concerned with their women's division rather than their regular division of men. I'm very concerned with what they're going to do.
All they have right now is Ember Moon and Asuka.
Exactly.
Really
That's
have.
why I'm freaking out. Who?
You went from having Paige and Emma, right? At one time.
Yep.
They went to the main roster, what have you. Then, you know what? You go to Sasha, Becky, Bayley, Charlotte.
Yep.
And you know what? To be fair, they all went to the main roster, right? At the same, all you had was just Bayley.
For a year.
All you really had for a year. And then you saw Carmella come out of Rochelle, which, to be fair, she's still green in my eyes. Asuka debuted, and everyone knew who Kana was from Japan, what have you. So that was cool to see, because you knew eventually that Asuka and Bayley are gonna touch, and you're waiting for that match to happen. I was there for that. I was there when I saw Asuka beat the fuck out of Bayley. I was there for that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then now you have Ember Moon. You have, I guess, Liv Morgan, all right? You have Aaliyah, which, again, it's not really my cup of tea. Sorry, Chick Kick, but that's just the way it is. But hopefully, yeah, you know what? They can build that women's division again to what it used to be.
All I'm going to say is this. Hashtag push Peyton Royce now. Peyton Royce is the truth, and I hope she gets pushed because she's incredible. All right. The next question comes from the Angry Mark. Do you think characters like the Hurricane can help WWE be entertaining?
Give you some laughter. You know what I mean? If you think about it, Hurricane's big moment was 2003 when he beat The Rock via the roll-up on Raw. Remember that?
Yeah.
And he threw him over the top rope in that battle royal. But yeah, more for like a character perspective. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To help people laugh on the show, whatever. Oh, by the way, they'll have Crazy Mary Dobson this fall. That's good.
Okay, so the Angry Mark's second question is thoughts on OTRS Central coming back, and do you consider him to be the Babe Ruth of the IWC?
I wouldn't say Babe Ruth, but I think of Babe Ruth. I think of someone that actually, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. It's cool to see him back. Obviously, things happen. All of us go through things where, hey, we're going to take breaks and we're going to come back. And sometimes we take breaks when we don't come back at all. Like, to be fair, the last time I had a break from YouTube was 2013. I haven't had a break in like 3 years. That's crazy to think, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy, but good. Listen, it's cool to see him back. I hope he sticks around for a while. And to be fair, I enjoy watching his video. I enjoy seeing him rant. So there you go. The more, the better.
And his final question is, why do you get offended when people call you a YouTuber when indeed you do make videos for YouTube? Ooh, this is a great question.
Oh, I never said I got offended. I never said, how dare you call me a YouTuber, damn it.
I agree. Yeah, you never said offended. So.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'll be real with you guys. Okay, here's the thing about it, okay? There's days that I feel like I'm a podcaster. There's days that I feel like I'm a YouTuber. You know what I mean? I remember where I got my start. Don't get me wrong, so I'm still here. You know what I mean? In a perfect world, listen, how do I put this? I don't know. Like, I never get offended, though. You know what I mean? There's days, hey, I'm a YouTuber. Days I'm a podcaster. You know what I mean? Put it this way. It's like that song "Lovers and Friends" by Usher and Little John from like back in the day, and with Ludacris. And he says in the song, sometimes I want to hug you, hold hand while the record spins, or shit like that. Lovers and friends. Just the way it is sometimes. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm both. But I'm trying to transition more into the podcast role than the YouTube role, to be honest. But we'll see.
Good answer. So the next set of questions come from the Chase Allen. Number one, how long do you see the brand split lasting?
By the end of the year.
This is a great question.
By the end of the year, or if not by end of 2017, till they realize this shit ain't going nowhere. This shit ain't going nowhere.
If I am to answer, I would say about a year and a half. A year and a half, definitely.
Okay. We're getting some comments here. Chris Bandicoot asked you, did you see the Miz segment with Daniel Bryan on talking? Yeah, everyone has. I've been doing parts of your body. Can you hurt stepping into the elevator? Ask CB Dalloway. I didn't hear about that one. Not from the Instagram video posted of the incident. I found out. Okay. We'll get into that in a little bit. And to be fair, yeah, I did get paid by YouTuber. I did get paid by YouTube. So there you go. to answer that question. Because I'm on the road here. Until you get paid by YouTube, you're not technically a YouTuber. Well, like I said, I did get paid by YouTube before. So, there you go. Hashtag partnerships.
So, Chase's second question is, who do you see winning the Royal Rumble next year? Too early to tell, my friend. Too early.
Too early to tell. But if I'm going to pick one now based off what happened, I say Balor.
I don't even know if he'll be back by then. To be honest.
I heard he might. I mean, if you wanted to go that route, you could. You could go
if he's not back by then, I'm gonna have to say, probably Roman. Unfortunately.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. Okay, could be
God.
worse. Have you seen Dean Ambrose?
Oh, I trust me. I dislike Ambrose just as much as you do. No, I don't shy away from that. I'm one of the people who say how horrible he is. Actually, Chase and I. That's how Chase and I bonded because of that. So,
I mean, it could be worse. It could be worse. Have you seen Bray Wyatt?
Oh, trust me. Like, while I don't hate Bray Wyatt, I will say that he's just like getting lost in the shuffle. So it's not really his fault, to be honest. He is decent. He's much better than Ambrose and Reigns combined. So,
I mean, I guess I'm not a YouTuber. Then I never got. I mean, here's the thing about it: just because you didn't get paid doesn't mean that you're a YouTuber or not. You know what I mean? I think in a way to say that's kind of stupid. What do you think, Elena?
That's going back to the other questions. You totally
to say not to say, hey, technically you're not a YouTuber until you get paid.
I think a YouTuber is somebody who puts effort into their channel and consistently makes videos. That's what I think a YouTuber is. I don't think it has anything to do with money. I think it has to do with
consistency.
Consistent content on your channel.
Exactly. Like, those who actually sit there and take time to edit and put effort and, not just grab I don't want to go there. I just don't. Sorry.
Like, if you post a video a year, I definitely don't consider you a YouTuber. I don't.
Fair enough.
So, so to answer his question, you don't know who's going to win the Rumble next year, or no prediction?
Yeah. I mean, I could say AJ, but at the same time, AJ going for the title tomorrow, so I think everyone knows what's going to happen there, right? What's going to happen? Right? Hopefully tomorrow.
AJ will win.
If he doesn't, brace yourselves, YWC. Brace yourselves. Oh, my God. If he doesn't win tomorrow, brace yourselves. The IWC's coming.
And Chase's final question, which is a really good question. WWE is bringing back former wrestlers such as Benjamin, Mahal, and Hawkins. Who is someone that you would like WWE to bring back?
Shit. Carlito.
Ooh, that's a good answer. For me, it would have to definitely be John Morrison.
There you go. That could be one too. If another one, if I could pick, I'm gonna pick one more. The problem is though, the guy's already at it. He just he's not the same anymore, if you will. Rene Dupree.
Oh, okay. Wait, isn't he still young though?
He's wrestling, but he's not in the same physique like he was back in 2000. Okay. He's not like if you're to Google him now, he doesn't look the same.
Wow. So did he get fat or something? Or
no, just the muscle mass is gone. He looks older now.
If I were to pick someone else, a second person, I feel like WWE really dropped the ball on Chris Masters as well.
I mean, I'm gonna pick one more. Then I'm gonna pick just for shits and giggles. I'm gonna pick he was part of Nexus.
Who?
Michael Tarver.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
The next set of questions comes from DXstream MWE. Question one.
Dave Sack, all right, from the unappreciated segment. Okay.
Question one. If Sasha Banks didn't get injured, took time off for her honeymoon, do you think Bayley would have went to SmackDown and her first feud would have been with Nikki Bella? Good question.
I think so, yeah. I think, honestly, originally, I think Bayley was planning to go to SmackDown. I think that was that was probably the plan. Bring her to SmackDown and have her feud there with the likes of, a Carmella, a Becky. Cause let's face it right now, the only good woman that you have there right now is Becky on SmackDown, or the one that people want to see achieve. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So I guess that could help balance it out, at least the women's division on SmackDown. But the fact that she's on Raw, we'll see.
Good answer. The second question is hashtag Cook Stephen Cook, pulled pork sandwich versus Philly cheesesteak, and where's your spot to get a sub?
I'm only gonna choose cheesesteak. Cheesesteaks are always gonna be for me. The best spot to get a sub here, this Portuguese spot by my house, literally a block from my house, across the street. It's a deli. That's where I normally go get my sandwiches and stuff like that. Yeah, I wouldn't bring none of the Hardys. I mean, why bring back the Hardys now? I mean, maybe Jeff Hardy. Maybe Matt, but bringing back was broken Matt. But that's around the point right now. Next question, Elena.
The third and final question. Thoughts on the trailer for All Eyes on Me, most likely hitting theaters this November?
I saw the trailer. It's apparently a remake for a Tupac movie they're coming out with. It doesn't look bad at all. I see where they're going now. They're doing all these movies. They did Straight Outta Compton. They did Notorious a couple years ago. So why not? You gotta do a Tupac movie. So it should be good. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, the next question comes from OK Fabe. Future goals for the channel.
To bust my ass here every single day, make videos consistently, be the most consistent, prolific day. Oh, no, I don't want to go there. Oh, fuck. Yeah. To make videos simple, you know what I mean? Like I said before, in a perfect world, I make videos almost every day. There's some that do it. That's awesome. You know what I mean? But at the same time, things happen, So when
you can really only do that if you like pre-film.
Exactly. If you film videos like in one day, like 5 videos, have them uploaded, do like a scheduled upload, awesome. Honestly, I can never do that. Fuck that. The last thing I want to do on one of my days off from work is record 12 videos and then have them scheduled. Like, no, fuck that. I would kill myself. You know what I mean? It'd be torture. Would you do that if you?
No, the only way I would do it is if I pre-film 3 videos on a day off and then just put one after the other on consecutive days, like a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday kind of thing.
Shit.
I couldn't film every single day just because a lot of times, for instance, say you have a bad day at work. You're not going to be in the mood to film. That's why I think pre-filming is a smart way to go. But there are certain instances where in the wrestling world, news breaks and you have to film a video to remain consistent and current. So sometimes you just have to suck it up.
To be fair, though, there are days where I filmed on bad days from work.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Sometimes you just have to deal and just try to just overlook it.
Exactly, of course.
So the final set of questions on YouTube comes from TN Couponer. He's asking you, did you see Kevin Owens' son reaction video? If you did, what did you think of it?
I thought it was cool. I thought it was amazing. I thought that, hey, Kevin Owens' son is happy that his dad, won the WWE Universal title. Who wouldn't be happy? Who wouldn't be happy about that? Despite what some douchebag from ESPN had to say or do on Twitter, but other than that, you know what? The fact that he won his dad won the belt, good for him.
Exactly. His second part of the question goes back to the guy from ESPN. He says, "What do you think of the ESPN guy picking on a child? It is sad, I tell you." He's like, "I would just let the kid enjoy the moment."
I agree.
Exactly.
Let him enjoy the moment. Again, his dad won probably one of the biggest prizes of his career to date. Shouldn't take that away from him. Shouldn't have that be a bad thing or ruin it for him. You know what I mean? Can you imagine, you're going to a party, right? And you're having a fun time. And you're going with a group of friends. And then you have that one friend that tries to go out of their way, not even an hour into the party, trying to ruin it for you. Can you imagine that?
Exactly.
How stupid that would be? Gosh. What's the next question?
Those are actually the final set of questions from YouTube.
I swear, I could have sworn someone else has a question. Let me go back to this. Could have sworn. Now, unless I skip these questions, then hey, shame on me. But just to be on the safe side, of things, you know what I mean? Just to be on the safe side. Let's see here. Okay. All right, there you go. That has been the Q&A for the Facebook. I've got some questions sent on Twitter, by the way. Let me go to the Twitter machine real quick. My fire-breathing Twitter machine. Let's see here. At Heel Steven. 5 current wrestlers in any order in any promotion. I said this before already. I feel like I did. Shit. Shinsuke Nakamura. CM Punk. That's right. I'm going to say CM Punk. Right? Stone Cold Steve Austin. Bret Hart. And Randy Savage.
Good choices.
What about you?
Oh, gosh. This is hard to do. It's funny. A lot of people ask me this. So just going off the top of my head, I would go 1, Shawn Michaels. 2, wow. And it's hard to name a current guy if they've only been in the company for a couple of years, but I'll make exceptions. 2, I'm going to have to go with Edge.
All right. Edgehead. I like that.
Oh, yeah. Very much so. 3, I'm going to do Undertaker just for the legacy alone. 4, Owen Hart. And 5, I got to do it. I have to put in Seth Rollins.
Of course you do.
I had to throw him in there. I had to.
Of course.
See, that's a hard question to answer because I've got a lot of favorites that I would put in that are current wrestlers, but I also have a lot of favorites who are retired and are legends. So that's kind of a hard question to answer. So
I understand. Listen, I totally understand your position. But
yeah.
And all right, you know what I mean? Yeah, again, Seth Rollins, I look at someone for the future who will be
that's what I mean.
In someone's top 5 or top 10. Honorable mention, Kenny Omega.
Ooh.
Another honorable mention, Kevin Owens.
Oh, yeah. My honorable mentions would definitely kind of mirror yours a little bit. Nakamura, Owens. Also throw in Adam Cole as well.
Another honorable mention, Tetsuya Naito from New Japan. So there you go.
Honorable mention, Broken Matt Hardy.
Of course it is.
Another honorable mention is Willow.
Another honorable mention is Senior Benjamin. He's not a wrestler. Vanguard 1.
Oh, another honorable mention, Coco Beware.
Really?
I'm trolling. Clearly, I've been trolling.
Another honorable mention, Vanguard 1.
Yes.
The flying drone.
Yes.
Okay. Next question comes from Nate Steele at _Ryan_Steele on Twitter. Current indie stars you'd someday like to see in WWE or TNA. Doesn't matter which one at this point in juncture. I'm gonna say Kenny Omega right now. And Adam Cole. There you go. I know, Elena, you don't follow the indies, so you really couldn't answer that one, if anything. Another question here. He writes here: have podcasts replaced or become the new shoot interviews? I say yeah. I feel like
That's a good question.
I feel
Yes,
like they have because it's like a different format than just a regular YouTube video. It's a new way to go. I think it's a new route. That's just my opinion. So yeah, I think they replace him. Don't get me wrong. You'll still have the shoot interview, those shoot shows on DVDs, which is not bad either. Just picture that just via audio only. For example, CM Punk's podcast with Cabana, that was a shoot. That was just audio, in my opinion. So yeah. Final question here from Nate Steele at _Ryan_Steele on Twitter. Buy or sell on the better tag team, LOD Road Warriors or the Dudleys? That's a good question. Okay. Shit. I'm going to buy on the Dudley Boys and sell on LOD. What about you, Lana?
I agree. Definitely buy on the Dudleys and sell an LOD. I actually have a question for you, Steven.
Shoot away, Mom.
All right. With the Headbangers, what did you think that their role was going to be in the company? Did you think that they were just going to put people over, or did you think that they were only like a one-time thing just for a match, or did you think they were actually going to have a run in the tag division? What did you think?
I think, if anything, they just have that one time. Apparently, it was only one time only.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised next year you see them featured, I don't know, on the network, or you see them, be part of a 2K video game, or if anything, put in the WWE Hall of Fame. Or if not, if anything, both of them make a small appearance in the Royal Rumble.
That's a possibility.
All that could happen. I mean, granted, right now in a perfect scenario, SmackDown could use a tag team. So I'd be open to it if they actually put them in there.
And I have another question regarding the Rumble that I'm curious to hear your take on. Would you rather a 40-man or a 30-man, the traditional 30-man for 2017?
I don't mind the 40-man. The problem with that is you got to make it entertaining.
Exactly.
See, I'm not a big fan of the Rumble where it's only like 4 guys in the ring, and then it goes to 3, and then it goes to 5.
Exactly.
I like a packed ring, if you will.
Yeah, me too.
I like a full ring where you wonder who's gonna go to WrestleMania, even though you know who's gonna go, even though you know who's gonna win, but just that, you know what I mean?
Well, like for this year's, it was a couple of people. It wasn't just one person. You didn't really know.
No, but exactly, absolutely. So I say, if anything, you can do 40-man, but you gotta do with some guy from NXT.
Absolutely.
You're gonna have to. I got a question here from Jeremy in the comments. Let's talk about who's winning between Steven Overeem and Verdum and Brown.
I don't know. I don't follow it.
I'm going to go with Overeem. I want to see Overeem get the belt finally. I want to see him finally cement his legacy. The guy won titles in kickboxing, the K1 Grand Prix. He was the former Strikeforce heavyweight champion, the former Dream heavyweight champion in Japan. So I want to see him now get that final belt, which is the UFC belt, and put a frown on everybody in Cleveland. Verdum versus Brown, I think will be the same thing as last time, with Verdum getting the win. But then again, don't sleep on Travis Brown. The guy wants to knock this guy on his ass, so we'll see how that one goes. But I'm calling it right now.
Quick question. Yeah, one last thing. Based off of the UFC 203 fight, Steven, since you are a big fan of UFC and all that, like, does the card look solid, or is 202 and 200 better than this card?
I don't want to say it's a solid card. Like, oh my god. I mean, you could take away the first fight on the card, who's I don't even fucking know.
Is it a card worth buying just on paper, or no?
I mean, here's the thing about it, right? You have Fabricio Verdum versus Travis Brown, which is a good fight, but honestly, it's something that you could easily put on television on Fox.
Right.
Alistair Overeem, Stephen Miocic, I get it. It's for the title, it's for the belt. So that one has to be on pay-per-view, in my opinion. I think the main selling point here is CM Punk. Because he's a name. Of course, you want to put that out there.
Yep.
I guess just for that alone. Keep this in mind. You can watch Punk's fight, and for all we know, it could be a 15-minute war. Or if not, it could be a 15-minute fight where you watch and he's like, yo, they just took the sport 25 years back as a fucking disaster. Or it could be one of those fights that ends in like 10 seconds.
Well, what makes you think it could, bring the sport backwards? Because it was
just
slow? Like, what do you think?
No, because one, you have a guy who's never fought before in MMA,
Right.
who was 0-0 record, and you have
Right.
another guy who. Okay, I'm gonna give you this scenario. Okay, I'm gonna give you this scenario. I put this on Facebook a couple days ago. It is a picture of both CM Punk and Mickey Gall together side by side. In a picture, I said in the comment, in the thing I posted, I wrote, CM Punk is a 37-year-old who actually looks like he's 47 due to the weight loss. Right, he had to come down to 170.
Mm-hmm.
Mickey Gall he is pretty much the high school freshman who was given a spot on the varsity team. He didn't even earn it. He was just handed to him. They handed him a spot on the varsity team. He's about to shit himself on game day.
Right.
That's the scenario you have right now. So it could be a disaster where both guys give you a boring ass fight that, what the fuck? Because that's bound to happen. Here's the beauty of the sport of mixed martial arts. You don't know what's gonna happen.
Exactly.
Versus pro wrestling. Granted, I get it. Wrestling is scripted, but at the same time, you have that factor that, hey, you don't know what's gonna happen. You think someone's gonna win, but it doesn't happen that way. For example, a lot of people thought that John Cena was gonna beat AJ Styles right at SummerSlam. I remember we were saying, Cena about to bury AJ Styles, right? LOL, Cena wins. And what happened? AJ beat him clean, right? And did you think that was going to happen?
I mean, I actually did think it was going to happen because I knew Cena was taking time off, so it would only make sense.
But factor in the fact that, okay, he didn't take time off. Do you think he was going to be... Do you think that?
I mean, I guess not. But I actually have a difference of opinion with you when you're saying about, like, how UFC is not scripted and stuff like that, so it's more entertaining. I actually disagree because with WWE or just pro wrestling in general, usually you're guaranteed a great main event. A lot of these UFC main events are only like 1 minute, so for me, that doesn't do a lot.
So, like I'm saying, that's the beauty, because you don't know what you're going to get.
Well, that's true. I mean,
a 1 minute boring fight, a 1 minute fight where you complain, oh my God, only ended in a minute, or it's going to be, UFC 139 where Dan Henderson and Mauricio Shogun who have fought for almost 30 minutes, and it was arguably the best fight of all time. You just don't know what you're going to get. That's the beauty of the sport.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When it comes to, you just don't know what the fuck you're going to get. So again, for all we know, Punk and Gall can go out there, have the fight of the year.
Yeah.
You just never know.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say about that. Anything else you want to chime in here, little lady?
No, I think that was good. I think you covered everything, and looking forward to Backlash tomorrow.
Yeah, so guys, here's the rundown for tomorrow. Tomorrow is Backlash, as many of you already know, on the WWE Network. I don't know if I'm doing a live review, being that my work schedule is all over the place right now. So I'll keep you guys posted on Twitter. All right, you see the Twitter down below. @HeelSteven. I'll tweet something whether I'm doing a live stream or not. If I do one tomorrow, I will be taking live calls. All right, I'll be taking live calls. Want to hear what you guys got to say about the pay-per-view and all that fun stuff. So be in tune for that if I end up doing a live stream. Yeah. Monday, the post-Raw rundown with OK Fabe on his YouTube channel. OK Fabe. It's just stuck on my head. It's stuck in my head right now. It's crazy, right?
I always play the song. I love it. I'm obsessed with it.
Are you really?
I really am.
You have it on your iTunes now? You have it as your ringtone, your text tone, and
honestly, if I could have it as my theme song of life, that would be goals. I would literally have that as my theme song.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like that. So yeah. Elena, do you want to let them know where they can reach you and contact you? And leave you
so Twitter is my main social media platform that I use. I tweet every single day. So follow me at Elena Nicole. And YouTube is also Elena Nicole. And that's basically all the sites that I use for the public.
All right, so
Thank-
guys, I'll have a link to it down below in the description at the end of all. Once it's already set up as a public view, I'll have the link set up and all that fun stuff. You can follow her, subscribe to her, and all that fun stuff. So, Lena, you'll be doing a live reaction video, right, for CM Punk, or do you plan
yes,
on?
I'm going to be doing a live reaction for CM Punk and also a live reaction for tomorrow's Backlash pay-per-view. So, win or lose, I will still put up a reaction for Punk. So, that, like Steven said, that is the beauty of UFC. So, we'll see.
So we'll see, guys. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap the show up here right now. It's been a pleasure. It's been a blast, and
Thank you for having me.
of course. So back next month for the next Q&A for the month of October. God damn, the year's ending fast already.
Yeah, I know. It went by so quick. Isn't that insane? Like, wow.
Indeed, yeah. And now we'll see what happens. All right, guys. We'll be back next month for the Q&A, and hopefully tomorrow back for for Backlash review. Good night, everyone. Roll the music. Oh, one more thing before I wrap this up as well. There's a possibility that I might do a UFC 203 review with Chase Oliver on his channel. So if that happens, we'll keep you guys posted as well. All right, now we're out. Peace out, everyone. You're all lovely.
Ladies and gentlemen, to around the point. Ladies and gentlemen, to around the point.
You are now watching Around the Point live on YouTube.com. Here's your host, Heel Steven.